material and ethereal.
Ethereal.
What does it mean? This world is material, bhutakasha. Yeah? We are lost in the material world. But there is a subtle realm of existence which exists beyond this material world. Yeah? Actually, it's not even matter, forget about it. Only to my eyes it looks like matter. Because my eye is limited. Even scientists are saying today, matter does not exist. There was a scientist who came to the ashram, spoke to Gurudev. He said, 40 years of my life, or I don't know, 45 years of my life, I have been researching only on one thing, matter. And now in my old age I found out it does not exist. There is nothing like matter. You think this is matter, right? He said no. It is just vibrating waves or energy which are so consolidated together that it looks like matter. But it is not matter. That's all it is. High frequency waves or energy. Vibration. At least we understand vibration. Yeah? The vibrations are happening at a very consolidated level. And that's what quantum mechanics is. Did you watch the quantum mechanics video? Yes. And it went totally like this?
Yes.
So that explains to you that matter does not exist. Whatever is just waves or vibrations. And that also they behave differently when they are seen or observed and differently when they are not observed. That is Maya. And it's so amazing. Even scientists are wondering, how can it be? How? So even if as a human being you're not observing, you're keeping a microscope, it is still being observed. You're keeping an apparatus, a device that is observing. Yeah? It's amazing. You have to watch these videos. You have to see quantum mechanics. That is why Gurudev keeps referring to them. No? Yeah? I'm not a scientist. Huh?
The God particles, there is a God particle.
Higgs boson. Yeah? God particle. It's cool. Yeah? Watch all these videos. I'll send them to you. But understand, there is a material aspect and there is an ethereal aspect. Means there is a subtle realm of existence which I cannot see with my physical eyes. But it exists right here in this earth.
But if it is, we can say it is material, then it is matter, right?
Again, it is what we perceive it as. So what we are studying right now, we are studying it the way we perceive it.
But what we studied in school, that is like a material, is
Yeah.
like made up of atoms and electrons and neutrons.
Yes, yes.
The electrons are revolving, so I can understand that it's a vibration.
Yes.
But the neutrons and atoms, like neutrons, they are at center,
Yes.
and those are static.
So not really. Like if you go deeper, there's subatomic particles
Yes,
which are still vibrating there. You can go deeper and deeper and deeper into these protons and neutrons, and it's still yeah. So
yeah, material and ethereal, as in material that I perceive as matter or physical, and ethereal that which is subtle, which I do not really perceive through these eyes or through these fingers as in sense of touch or through sense of taste or through sense of sound or smell, but they exist right here. Yeah? So there is two realms. Yeah? Brahman divided into two, no? What is Brahman divided into? Prakriti is what? Matter. What is Purusha? The ethereal aspect of it. Got it? Yeah? So let's start with the first division. Brahman divided into Prakriti and Purusha. This is the material aspect of Brahman. This is the ethereal aspect. Yeah? You know you are, you exist. But who am I is still a question. Because I keep getting confused with this Prakriti and thinking I am the body. But I know I am not the body. I can observe this body. Yes, lots of people even have out-of-body experiences. Yeah, sometimes even in deep meditation it happens to you. Yeah, sometimes at the moment, if you are just going to hit into another car and almost accident, it happens to you. Yeah, so we have experienced a moment in our lives where we don't identify with the body, even if it's just a fraction of a second. Yeah. Body is just a material aspect of Brahman. Yeah. So now let's look at how this Prakriti was divided into. What was it divided into?
5 elements.
Okay, so first is
Fire, water,
first
earth.
which is stone. That's what he started with. Yeah, okay. You're supposed to know this, and he just started with the stone. Okay, so stone or earth element. How many units of life?
One.
Stone is nothing but earth element. Yes? Now this earth element, is it just everywhere stone or earth? It has permutations and combinations of earth element. Are you understanding? Don't look at planet Earth. Forget planet Earth is called Earth. Forget the English word for it. Yeah, because that confuses you. Earth is stone. Understand it that way. Get it? It has different permutation and combination of stones. Yes? So stone itself can have multiple variety. Yes? Stone has 1 unit of life. It is not dead. Nothing is dead. Even though it might appear non-living to you, it has 1 unit of life. And that is manifested by it being somewhere soft as earth or mud and somewhere as hard as a rock. Yeah? Somewhere it is granite, somewhere it is marble. Yeah? Same stone, same earth element. Yeah? Somewhere it is a very soft limestone. Yeah? So this earth element can manifest and in different varieties. This itself is proof that there is 1 unit of life in it. Yeah? What's next?
Water.
Water is how many?
2 units.
2 units of life. Yeah? There are lots of animals living in the water. Yes? They cannot survive without the water. A fish, the moment you remove it out of the water, the fish is going to die. What does it mean? There is life in that water. Are you getting this? Yeah? So there is an entire world that is living in the oceans. A world we cannot even imagine. And it lives on account of the water. If it's removed from the water, 90% of it would die. There is earth element there which wouldn't die, but still most of it would die. So you understand the life unit? Are you getting life unit? It's better to understand it in explanation than in a word. Yeah? What's the third?
Fire.
Fire. How many? 3 units. Yeah? Fire in different forms exists. Do you know fire exists in the body? Yes? When a bacteria or a microorganism attacks your body, what happens? What is that? Fire element goes up suddenly. So in your body, it has that understanding, that knowingness that this time I'm supposed to be high, this time I'm supposed to be very low and feeble. In your sleeping, it is very low and feeble, like a candle flame which is almost just blue. That becomes a big fire when you are eating food. And an even bigger fire when it is attacked by a microorganism. This you have experienced. Yes, from experience you can understand this. So fire can express itself in different magnitudes, yeah, depending on whatever nature commands it. Yeah. 3 units of life. This is the manifestation of those 3 units of life. I just gave you a little example, huh? You put it wherever in the world, forest fires here, there, the sun is shining, yeah, out in space, there is no warmth. Think of different things. Fire has its own way of manifesting in every place. It has its own life. 3 units. Next.
Yeah.
We ourselves cannot exist without air. You know that for a fact? 100%. Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes? Without air, we cannot exist. Yeah? So not just us, there are so many animals, insects, yeah? Plants, so many different microorganisms that are all living on this air. Yeah? Air itself has life. Take us out of our atmosphere, Earth's atmosphere, take you out. Will you be able to live without an oxygen tank? You're going to die. So where is the life? Is it in this body? It is in the air that this body is living in. Do you get it? Do you ever think like that? And that's why I tell you, you are in an ocean of prana. And you are not different from that fish that is in water. Yeah? Very clear? Absolutely. So this air has life. It has prana. 4 units. And last?
It is both, no? We also have life and air also.
Again, this life in this Prakriti again is nothing but earth, water, fire, ether, air. What happens when the body ends its karma? It falls off. Air leaves it. What happens? Your breath, last breath, that is what is death. Air leaves you. It's so amazing. How does the air know now I have to leave this particular body? This is the time. Fantastic. I'm so amazed at how all this he managed, whoever it managed to. It's amazing. The bigger sketch or the bigger map. So, air is 4th. Next.
Space.
You understand space, right? You just understand air. But what is space? Anything that is not air. Air is in the space. Everything around is space actually. Now there is space inside this marker also. Yeah, you break it, you will see the space inside also. There is space inside this body also. Yeah, like that only. If you go at a subatomic level, if you really love physics, you should watch videos on YouTube. Subatomic level, there is lots of space. Yes? So space is everywhere because everything is made up of atoms. Got it? So you are in space. The air is in space. Fire is in space. Earth is in space. Not Earth element, not Earth planet, but Earth element. All the planets, moons, everything is Earth element. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So I'm talking about the entire universe. Think like that. Big. Think big. Yeah? Take your mind to the entire solar system. Galaxies. Not just our Milky Way, but all the Milky Ways. So many galaxies. It is a multiverse out there. It's huge. Are you seeing this? All that is in space. You get it?
Yes.
That is why space is higher than all of this. Yeah? Now what happens? Yeah? What happens now? We have 5 elements. Yeah? Now what happens? Different permutations and combinations of these elements happen. Yes? somewhere these 5 elements together just make a rock. But it does not mean that in the rock there is no fire. It will be 0.001%, but fire is there even in a big rock. Yes? Even water element is there in that rock. It might be 0.01%, but it is there. Yes? So, everything has all the 5 elements. Even water has earth element in it, has fire element in it, has space. Are you seeing this, what I'm saying? Yeah? So, permutation and combination of these 5 elements is what happened right in the beginning. Somewhere it became this planet, somewhere that planet. One planet is full of gas, so a lot of fire over there. One planet is full of water. Yeah? Not water which you can live in probably. Yeah? And one planet is like Earth. Are you seeing this? This is what happened right at the beginning. This is still at Prakriti. But is this Prakriti devoid of Purusha?
No.
Yes? Are you getting this? So here this Prakriti has Purusha in it.
That is why you have life units.
That is why these life units are there. Are you getting it? Without the Purusha element, this Prakriti is dead, is nothing. This life that I explained to you, that it has this different manifestation in fire, this different manifestation in water, this different manifestation of earth, this itself signifies that there is Purusha. That Purusha is telling, here there is fever. You have to become very big now. You have to attack this microorganism, throw it out of the body. How will that fire know I have to become so big? It is the Purusha guiding it. I'm making it very poetic, guys, but please don't imagine that somebody is talking inside your body like that. Yeah? Just to make it easy to understand. Yeah? Yeah? So these 5 elements combine, make different things everywhere around the entire multiverse, not just our universe. Multiverse. Yeah? Now comes the chance of our planet. And we come to the lowest level of life here, plants. How many units of life?
6.
6. That I don't have to tell you. Different kinds of plants, shrubs, herbs, trees. Yeah. Have you seen the redwoods?
Yes.
Must go.
Yes.
Must go. My favorite national park in the US. Really beautiful. Tall trees. You've never seen such trees in your life. You feel like you are a miniature. As if you are an ant. That's how you will feel in front of a redwood tree. In front of the sequoias. Yeah? It's unbelievable that plants that can be so little, can be grass and can be something so humongous, can make me feel little. It's amazing. Yeah? They have 6 units of life. Then come animals. They have how much?
7.
7 units of life.
Where is that redwood tree?
California. Yeah. So the best ones are Northern California. We can discuss that later. Offline. So, animals have 7 units of life. Of course, animals have more life. Now, the animals, you progress from a plant, probably. We have gone through this, okay? We have gone through this progression. We were probably somewhere plants. We moved on to microorganisms and then probably a little higher an animal, a better animal with more legs and more eyes, things like that. So we have gone up that way. When you are coming up the evolution, have you realized that animals do not have intellect? They have just a mind. There's a difference between mind and intellect. I explained yesterday. That difference you have to learn. They have a mind, but not intellect. Intellect is what? A choice given to you, a free will given to you. Yeah, Gurudev said very clearly yesterday. It's a free will. Animals don't have free will. Yeah? For fun, they are not going to have sex. It doesn't occur to them. It is nature. Nature tells them, now it is the time to mate. Automatically that happens. Now it is the time to eat. Yeah? They are not like, oh, I will eat later in the night, till 12 o'clock I'm going to watch this show. She is looking really hot. Afterwards I'm going to go and eat my food. No, animals don't do that. Yeah? They do not have free will. Free will equals to intellect. Got it? So they do not have an intellect. The word in Sanskrit is viveka. You need to learn this because I use this a lot, many times, assuming you've done a lot of knowledge sessions. So stop me if you don't get it. Huh? Viveka. Viveka is the power to discriminate between right and wrong, good and bad. It should be this way or that way. Yeah? This power to discriminate is not there when you are in the animal life. When you progress to the human life, this is one thing that is given to you. So many problems come now with that. Now we have free will, I can do this, I can do that. Oh, wow, what fun. Then we abuse all the free will that has been given to us. And then we eat more than is required. Yeah, we have fun where it is not really required. Everything becomes excess in life. Yeah? That's how humans get how many? 8. Now, only 8 or can there be more?
More.
The people who are really geniuses, scientists, yeah, or somebody who is really excellent in, communicating to us. Amazing people are there in the world today. They are making fantastic discoveries. Yeah? All these people fall under 9. So it can be 8 to 9. Yeah? Can we go to more?
Yes.
Yes. We have the potential. Where can we go?
16.
Up to 16. Yes, there's a possibility. But 8 to 9 is what you see in maximum people around. Now this only explains the material aspect. Where is the ethereal? Ethereal begins after you progress from this body, from this lifetime. Remember yesterday I told you? Human life is only a bridge between, remember?
Enlightenment and...
Not enlightenment. Animal life and divine life. Divine as in the ethereal realm of existence. Yeah? So that's what begins here. Yeah? When we die, we leave this body. Yeah? What happens? We drop the Prakriti. So we come to the Purusha. But now, why am I still not pure? By dying I should become complete Purusha. No, I am just a combination of Prakriti and Purusha. Mathematics. Tell me.
Because karma, all impressions.
Perfect. I did all this. In the beginning when I was Prakriti, I had no karma bag. By the end of 8-9 units, I had a big fat karma bag. Now what to do? So now there's still time to get to pure Purusha. Got it? Yeah? That is why when you die from humans, you become Pitras. Pitras is what? Ancestor. Yeah? Pitra. I put the English as, okay? It's actually just Pitra. We are speaking in English, so I added the plural. There is no plural in Sanskrit, no Pitras. Yeah? So remove that S if it confuses you. So, Pitra. This is what happens when we leave the body. So we have left the physical realm of existence. Yeah? Move towards the subtle. But my karma bag is still there. My likes and dislikes are still there. I like this person, I like this thing, I don't like that. I cannot really access it anymore. Yeah, we learn about this in the Upanishad. After death, you have those 3 days. Everybody does that, no? 3 days ka puja, and on the 3rd day, whatever you call it, doesn't matter. Why is that 3 days important?
Because soul is very, spirit is.
It takes time to leave the body.
He leaves the body.
In the space.
Space.
He's dead, he doesn't have an option.
It takes time to leave the space.
Yeah. The sight and the sound is the major thing. Like it takes more time.
So all the people, the family, wherever he grew up, that space he cannot let go very easily. He's still there for 3 days. We'll study this in depth in Kathopanishad, I think in January.
Sound and light. Light is the last one.
Yeah. So we'll do that in Kathopanishad in January. Yeah, that is after death, what happens. But right now understand the skeleton of it. Then we can go into the details. Yeah. So when you leave the body, you are still not ready to let go of the attachment. But slowly it comes to you, oh, I am not in the body anymore. And how do you understand that? You suddenly walk through the door or through the walls. And then you realize, oh, I'm not the body anymore. It's very difficult. Yeah? For people who've not been in knowledge, it's extremely difficult to even fathom the idea because you don't know. It's not like, you're not told, okay, now you're going to die. Nobody gives you a warning. It just happens, right? So, it's very difficult for the mind to adjust at that moment. Yes? And then you move on, of course, that we'll discuss what happens in those 3 days and 12 days thing that you do and why it is done. That we'll do in Jan. But then you move on. And when you move on, you become Pitra or the ancestor. There is some time of rest, they say. And then you are the ancestors of the people who are still living. You've moved on. That is one thing. We do Pitra Puja, we do lots of things. Yeah, we do so many things. Yeah? It's not hodgepodge, it's not time pass. It has a meaning where it is done with that reverence and respect and with really being in the present moment, not thinking about what my neighbor said and what my girlfriend did this morning, but really 100% during the puja, being in the present moment with all the gratitude, you actually are sending your love. It's more for your peace than them. Yeah? And there are also pujas where you ask them to bless you. They are at a higher level of existence. They can bless you. Yeah? Guruji did not specify the units of life, but they have more life than human. That is Pitras. After Pitras, Kinnara. That does not mean that after Pitra you are going to definitely become a Kinnara. It's not like that. These are different
Spirits.
levels of souls that you could go through depending on your karma bag, your likes and dislikes, the pluses and minuses in your bag. Got it? So, Kinnara. So, Kinnara are those souls or that energy that promotes
Political powers.
Gives you political powers or socially, very progressive, very good, all those things. Yeah? So Kinnara take care of those things. So if you are very popular because of some, wherever in your political organization or social organization, don't think, oh, I did it. Drop this doership. Got it? Oh, I am something, I am doing it. No, baby, not you. You are just a little puppet. Somebody else is holding the strings up there, pulling the strings of this puppet. And you get it. And you feel, oh, I did it. You ask some very, famous, popular people, Shah Rukh Khan, whatever, your favorite actor. How did you get where you got? They'll always say, oh, I don't know, luck, God's grace. Yeah? When you really experience that level, you come to this understanding, I really didn't do much to be here. This is amazing. Yeah? But while you're still trudging up there, you will still have that notion, I did it. Yeah? Very clearly said today, drop this, I do it. You're not doing anything. Pawn, you understand what's a pawn, right? You play chess. That soldier on the chessboard is called pawn. Yeah? So he said, no, you are just pawns. You are just being moved. Yeah? The pawn cannot say, yeah, I moved 2 steps, great, I killed the queen. It is the hand that is moving you. Yeah? So recognize this. Kinara gives you social and political power. All powers are Kinara. Next, Gandharva souls. What do Gandharva souls do?
Artists, successful artists.
All successful artists. Yeah, Shah Rukh Khan, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, whoever you love. All your Hollywood, Bollywood stars. Musicians, singers, dancers. Huh? Michael Jackson. Yeah? There's a Gandharva soul that enables you to move in that particular direction and get that kind of name and fame of an artist. But is that yours?
Personally, they are not happy.
They are miserable. Their life is miserable.
Unless they are.
Unless they are with a guru or some. On the spiritual path, then they will not experience that misery. So they'll give a lot of happiness to others, but in their personal life, they are not very happy. That's all the work of the Gandharvas. But it can be warded off, huh? Just a guru is required, because a guru comes above all these. Next, after that. What does a yaksha do?
Wealth. Wealthy people are blessed.
Yaksha gives you all wealth, all comfort. Yeah, it's not just money. Yeah, basically, all comforts that are given to you are yaksha. You cannot say, oh, I made so much money. I am a millionaire, I am a billionaire. It all came to me. The moment you go into doership, you are off the path. And then what happens? What is the dukkha of wealth and comfort? You will not have happiness from the progeny. There will be some or the other, something that will disturb you. That is what yakshas do. So, always remember, drop this doership. Oh, I am rich. I did this. I got this money. Whatever is grace. Fantastic.
That is where the question came, no? That if I am 100% in the scenery, so same time how I can give it the fear.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So Guruji answered that before going to scenery or after scenery, come back and do something.
Again and again, come back. Again and again, come back. Again and again, Nama. Next, after yakshas,
Devas.
devas. Yeah. So what are devas? Okay. The number is actually 33 crores. Okay? In Ishavasya Upanishad, Guruji converted it into 330 million types of devas. Yeah, so now there are types in devas. In Gandharva, Kinnara, there were no types. In devas, there is types. So there are female and male energies. Yeah. Now, Devas are types means now they exist as just impulses also, energy impulses. Yeah? So he gives you the example when the one cell is in the mother's womb, that becomes somewhere the eye, somewhere the foot, somewhere the nose. So what is guiding those cells to become that, to become a nose here and to become a hand here? It is these energy impulses in the body that work like that. So the different types, out of them, these are the ones which work at the body level. They are all over the universe. Yeah. So those who did Ishavasya with me, we discussed about other types of devas also. Body parts is just one little type of deva. Got it? Yeah. On the body parts is just one type of deva. We did many more types in the Ishavasya. I'll show you a few slides this afternoon. So these devas have different manifestations, different types. Now please don't think that deva is and Shiva sitting up there in the clouds and dressed up in that tiger skin and all water coming out of the head. Very beautiful picture, but it's not real, guys. Yeah, all mythology, that is not a deva or anything. These are all very cute symbolism. Yeah, every story that is was a symbolism. How do I teach the little children? But we had to grow up someday, and we all forgot somehow in India. Yeah, we're still stuck there. Yeah, so we need to grow up and recognize there's a symbolism behind it. There is a meaning to every deva, every god. There are so many hundreds and thousands of gods in India that we worship. Yeah? So now these are not the Brahman that we are worshipping. Who are we worshipping? This level of devas, which is lower than the Brahman. Are you getting it? Yes? Why are we worshipping them? Oh, take this obstacle away. Don't we do that for Lord Ganesha? Why?
For this.
Yeah. Same thing, no? Because you understand that they are propelling certain things into your direction. Yeah? When I'm egoistic, I really hurt myself. The situation might be the same. The same person must be getting angry with me. But I am so more egoistic, I am throwing fuel into the fire and making the fire go up. But when I pray to the God, I become humble. I become calmer, composed. Prayer makes me calm. It's not that Lord Ganesha is really coming and taking away that person from your life. No, I become calm and composed enough to be able to handle this situation intelligently. Are you getting it? That is why prayer. Prayer doesn't do anything to the God or to these devas. If it was so easy, then what else was required? Yeah? It's not like that. Prayer makes me calmer, makes me composed, makes me relaxed in however difficult the situation is. And then I can take a sensible decision and work in that direction. The situation is not going anywhere, guys. If you think by a prayer the situation is going to go away, it's a wrong understanding. Yeah? That is why we pray to the devas. And how do we pray? Through mantras. Yeah? Why mantras?
Tell about its vibration.
Vibration is the thing. How do you communicate with something that is at a subtle level of existence? I cannot see it. I cannot touch it. I cannot smell it, taste it. How do I know? How do I communicate? The only way is something that is subtle, is like a vibration. Even at the subatomic level. Yeah? Every little atom in this body, every little atom in this Prakriti, at the subatomic level, if you see, it's just a vibration. That will be the closest way I can communicate. Is there anything smaller than that? No. Yes? So, vibration. Now, how do I simulate a vibration? Through
mantras.
sound. I'm speaking right now. How is it coming to your ears? These are waves. What I'm speaking creates waves in this medium and it hits your ear and that transmits to the brain and that converts all that I'm saying into English and you understand. It's a long process. You may think that, oh, that happens so fast. But it's true. Yes? So, now if vibration is the way to communicate to them, that is why mantras the rishis came up with. That a particular mantra will evoke a particular vibration that will go to a particular deva. Now how did they know that? Which deva, which vibration? You will not ask. See, I have to tell you. How? Tell me. There is a music piece which makes you feel very calm and relaxed. There is a music piece that makes you very agitated. Yes? What is that? It communicates a vibration which connects with you and gives a hard rock, metal. What do? Oh, okay, 2 minutes I enjoyed, but now I want to run away. Yes? Soft music, I feel all nice and romantic. Very calm, relaxing music, I can meditate. So different music creates different vibration and affects me. Like that only these different vibrations affect different devas. And this was discovered, I would say, not invented, by the rishis in the deepest of meditation. That's how all this is there in the Vedas. They did not have all the instruments that we have today. We probably didn't even have that tuning fork for resonance, to even understand resonance. Physics class, remember? Yeah, 10th standard, 11th standard. Yeah. So, they didn't even have a simple thing like a tuning fork. Without technology, they have come up with this. It's so amazing. Even astrology and astronomy has come up just through deep meditation. Because through deep meditation, you can go beyond the Prakriti and connect directly with the Purusha and have all this knowledge. But you have to get to that level. Because you're so lost in Prakriti, the Nama does not happen. Are you getting? How did the rishis know how to connect to these devas? Yes? I'll give you an example. How does medicine work? How does a particular chemical go and work on my liver only? How does another particular chemical go and work on my thyroid only? Have you ever thought about this? So, every element has a different permutation combination. Yeah? It formed a plant somewhere. That plant can be made a medicine and can cure probably your respiratory things. How? Because what suddenly has gone lacking in your body, whatever element, that plant has in excess and can supplement it. Are you getting it? That's how they came up with materia medica. Materia medica is what? All the medicines, which medicine will work for which part of the body. That's called the materia medica. That's how they came up with it. Yes? The same thing applies. That's what the rishis did in that ancient times without technology. They figured out this particular plant can work with this particular deficiency in my body. And they related this particular plant does not work with just this deficiency in my body but works with another animal. Then they worked on different levels, and they also found out that a planet is also connected to these. A planet which, for example, the moon affects what?
Water.
Everybody knows that? Do you know that?
Yes.
Only he knows. He is in a PhD class, okay? How does it affect? No.
Gravitational force.
Perfect. So, is what?
Tides and low tides.
Tides. High tides and low tides are just caused by the waxing or the waning of the moon. In the Purnima and Amavasya. Got it? Just the waxing and waning of the moon can affect tides. Yeah? So all this they put together, they observed all the effects of different elements in nature, different planets affecting the people on earth. They actually have an entire science behind it, and that is astrology. They did all this materia medica and all this research even in those ancient times. Yes? That is how, if you've done a little bit of homeopathy, a phosphorus element, just an element, elements, chemicals we studied. Yeah? Phosphorus affects people who have high pitta. It calms them down. You understand? Vata, pitta, kapha?
Yes.
Three doshas, a pitta person, phosphorus works very well. Yeah? These are homeopathic remedies. So all this research was done in ancient times. Yeah? That every element affects a particular individual's particular body organ, that is also connected to a plant, it's also connected to an animal, it's also connected to so many different things and a planet. Why? Because finally we are all Prakriti. It's just one little element or one of the 5 elements deficiency in one which helps to connect with the other which has that in excess. Like negative and positive pole of a magnet, or iron filings and a magnet, how they attract each other. It's like that. It's as simple as that. Yeah? Otherwise, you should not believe even medicines. Tell the doctor, prove it to me, how is this going to cure my diabetes? No, first you prove it to me. Then I'm going to have this. No, they've done their research. All this is connected to a particular body part, limb, or the blood, or a particular cells in the body, something or the other. Are you getting it? Is this very clear in the head? Yeah? And how it is all connected, because in the afternoon session again you should not come up with another question. Because now he's going to assume that you know all this, and he's going to go even deeper. So these devas are ruling everything. So they're not devas just on the body, for your body parts, for animals also, for plants also there are different devas. Yeah? So we have mythological stories. Yeah? This is the god of this is the god of that. Remember? We've done all these cute gods when you were young. Yeah? So I'm sure your culture also has something like that. Yeah? So these devas and devis, gods and goddesses, are at this level, higher than yakshas, gandharvas, kinnaras and pitras. Yeah? But higher than them is Siddha. What is a Siddha? A perfected being. Yeah? That has let go of ragas and dveshas and identified, oh, this was all because of the Prakriti. But I am the pure Purusha. Yes? He is the closest to the Purusha. Are you seeing this? Perfected being. Now when you reach this state, you have freedom whether you want to come back to the Prakriti world or not. Did you choose that you want to be in this body?
No.
Why you asked? Are you ready to take birth now?
No.
Why you asked? This mom died okay? No? Yes? But a perfected being at that level has this free will to choose. And that's how they come down as gurus, just to impart this knowledge so that you move on, so that you are not stuck to the Prakriti. You move towards the Purusha. Yeah? That is where Gurudev came in. Yeah. Now, not every perfected being comes in the form of a guru. Yeah? You can choose not to. That's your choice. Yeah? But please come. Yeah? Please come and give us this knowledge. Maybe something you say might click and we might get out of one negative thing that we are doing. Yeah? So please come once you get that. So that is the complete magnificent management that runs everything. Everything is run by us. Yeah? You are one little pawn here. Yeah? You think I do this? Very small we are when we compare ourselves to that existence. And we forget. Our ego just takes over.